BBC Feminism Payroll kills entire NHS career structure. The Continental Telegraph. If expertise isn't gender equal, then copyright BBC. There's a very fun little row going on inside the BBC over pay. One woman is claiming management's answer is that this is her first job at this sort of level. It's a decent step up for her. The bloke's been doing. In an email to staff, Alan said, "I regret that Karen has decided not to take this opportunity. I think it important. Now, my own view about pay is that it's entirely individual. And it's dem all to do, all else is bunkum." Agreed, much of the rest of the world doesn't think that way. Now think, what must also be true if we are to reject the BBC management argument here? We're going to have to, maybe inexperienced and experienced BBC managers should be paid the same amount for the same job. Maybe nurses with, but we can't go around demanding that experience counts for pay here and doesn't there. Or is that men's play? Tim has written for most of the British newspapers. The Times. An interesting assumption is being made here. It's entirely true that we shouldn't be gratuitously offensive to people who believe a little differently from ourselves. The general assumption, well, we all assume it's true because every dem feminist on.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.